day everyone, we're here to give you insights about the Rule 6 fouls. This is a continuation from the previous report of Group 4. My name is Lloyd Vincent O'Neill and these are my group mates, namely Alexis Mira Reyes, Cathy Tinido, and Sheila May Ambrosa. We are in Group 5. So as the first reporter of these rules of the 6 fouls, let's have the first part is the personal foul. What is a personal foul? A personal foul is a player's contact foul with an opponent, whether the ball is alive or dead. A player shall not hold, block, push, charge, trip, or impede the progress of an opponent by extending his hands, arms, elbow, shoulder, hip, leg, knee, or foot, nor by bending his body into an abnormal position, nor shall be indulged in any rough or violent play. So, based on the 4-point that I'm reading, and based on my personal experience, the personal foul is the act of kana bitong kuan imong gipugnan ang iyang pag-shot or bisan nag-dribble siya imong gibanggaan. That's a personal foul. It's a foul committed by yourself, you personally. Next is the penalty. What is the penalty, or a penalty for unsay penalty kung nakay personal foul? So a personal foul shall be charged against the offender. Syempre, if the foul is committed on a player who is not in the act of shooting, the game ball shall be resumed with a throw-in by the non-offending team at the place nearest to the infraction. Kung asa kuno duol. Then, if the offending team is in the team foul penalty situation, then Art 41 team foul penalty will be applied. So, kada bitang pagduwa mo unya ang inyong team foul kay daghan na og foul, then bisan pag dili act of shooting ang pagka-foul ato nya daghan na mo penalty na mo situation. So, penalty situation, so dapat tagaan siya og foul. Tagaan siya og free throw as a penalty. Next, if the foul is committed on a player in the act of shooting, that a player shall be awarded a number of free throws as follows. Sige. Kani katong player nga gi-foul siya habang padung siya mo shot or na siya sa act of shooting. If the shot from the field goal area is successful or na-shot, pagka-foul niya na-shot, the goal shall count and one additional free throw awarded. So, mostly nga na kasagaran magpasabit, like magpa-foul niya, ilang i-shot. And then, ma-shot to, so may mo siyang 3-point situation. Nganong 3-point, kaya na-shot man ang 2 points nga pagka-foul, act of foul na shot, then napa siya free throw nga isa. So, 3-point opportunity. Ganun. Then, if the shot from the 2-point field goal or area is unsuccessful, 2 free throws will be awarded. So, nganipod, if kato, gi-foul siya, unya, nasa sa act of shooting, unya, wa na shot. So, imbis, ganina, nga og ma-shot siya, isa ra ka free throw. Pero kung dili gani ma-shot, 2 free throws ang mahatag. Basta nakasasud sa arc sa 3 points. Nasa sud. Kay, if the shot made from 3-point field goal or outside the arc, area is unsuccessful. Tay, pag nipadung na siya sa 3 points, nya, mo shot siya padung, nya, na-foul siya. Nya, agad to yung shot, kiwa na shot. Tagaan siya 3 free throws kay naman siya sa 3-point itsa. Then if the player is fouled as or just before the game clock signal sounds for the end up of the period, or as or just before the 24-second device signal sound, while the ball is in the player's hands and the field goal is successful, the goal is not count. and 2 or 3 free throws will be awarded. Ina nagyapon. Basta ma-foul siya niya. Padung na muhawa ang clock. And matagan gyapon siya og free throw. Depende kung asa siya, kung nabot siya sa sud sa arc, 2 points, kung nasa sa gawa sa arc, or nasa sa 3-point line, 3 free throws. Next is double foul. A double foul is situation in which two opponents commit personal fouls against each other at approximately the same time. Ang sabi penalty ani, a personal foul shall be charged against each offender. No free throws shall be awarded. So naidi kang case ani sa NBA kasagaran kanang double foul, kanang mag-away mo nya or di man siya mag-away, ilog mo yun na kamunduha mismo isog grabe bitaw niya, kamong duha nagka personal foul. So walay madungagan mo ako na naka-foul ko isa niya, ikaw naka-foul ka isa, so ijay tag foul pero walay free throws nga mahatag. The game shall be resumed po ng game bisan pag na may double foul. If a valid field goal or a last or only free throw is scored at approximately the same time, the ball shall be awarded to the non-scoring team for a throw-in from the end line. Mara gud to. If a team had control of the ball or was entitled to it, the ball shall be awarded to this team for a for a throw-in at the place nearest to the infraction nga na if ma-out gani, if the team di malusa control sa bola, tahi ako nag-dribble niya na out, so dapit sa kilid na out, so ang counter na mo punit adto, then siya na po mo inbound para sa lain na po ilahan na po ang bola, pero adto siya mo inbound where kung asa po na out ang bola.
So let's now proceed to the other type of foul, which is the unsportsmanlike foul. Let me read you its definition. An unsportsmanlike foul is a player contact foul which, in the judgment of the official, it is a legitimate attempt to directly play the ball within the spirit and intent of the rule. Unsportsmanlike foul must be interpreted consistently throughout the whole game. The official must judge only the action. To judge whether a foul is unsportsmanlike, the official should apply the following principles. First, if a player is making no effort to play the ball and the contact occurs, it is an unsportsmanlike foul. So, if wala daw gibuhat nga effort ang player, so unya nagka-contact siya sa ball, it is an unsportsmanlike foul. So, second principle, if a player in an effort to play the ball cause excessive contact, hard foul, then the contact shall be judged to be unsportsmanlike. So kanisad na ang player kay ning execute ang effort to play the ball and then nag cause of excessive contact sa other player, then it is unsportsmanlike. So the third principle, if a player commits a foul while making legitimate effort to play the ball, normal play, it is an unsportsmanlike foul. So, if a player mo commit daw og foul, making a legitimate effort, basically legitimate effort yung gibuhat niya, commit siya foul, kung unsportsmanlike foul gyapon na. Now, let's proceed to the penalty. Unsportsmanlike foul shall be charged against the defender. Free throw shall be awarded to the player who was fouled, followed by a throw-in at the center line extended opposite the scorer's table, and second, a jump ball at the center to begin the first period. The number of free throws shall be as follows. Number 1, if the foul is committed on the player not in the act of shooting, 2 free throws will be awarded. So, kung na-commit ng unsportsmanlike foul nga di in the act of shooting, through free throws. So, ang second, if the foul is committed on the player in the act of shooting, the goal, if made, shall be count, and in addition, 1 free throw will be awarded. So, if na-commit ni siya nga foul in the act of shooting, then na-shoot siya, then counted to nga point and plus 1 free throw. So third, if the foul is committed on the player in the act of shooting who fails to score, 2 or 3 free throws will be awarded. So if na-commit ni nga foul kanang in the act of shooting, then wa na shoot, so 2 or 3 free throws will be awarded. So let's proceed to the other type of foul, which is the disqualifying foul. Let me read you its definition. A disqualifying foul is any flagrantly unsportsmanlike behavior by a player, substitute, coach, assistant coach, or team follower. So kani nga foul, di lang ni siya makuan within the player nga nagduwa sa inside the court, but as a whole na ni siya, apil na ang laing tao nga involved sa team, like coach, assistant coach. A player shall also be disqualified when he is charged with 2 unsportsmanlike foul. So kung ang player matawagan na siya og duha ka unsportsmanlike foul, na disqualify na siya. A coach shall also be disqualified when he is charged with 2 technical fouls as a result of his personal unsportsmanlike behavior. So kung kuan ang coach is matawagan siya og 2 technical fouls because of his or her kanang personal unsportsmanlike behavior, nga ma-disqualify na pod ang coach or ang team.
The number of free throws shall be as follows. If the foul is committed on the player not in the act of shooting, or if it is a technical foul, 2 free throws shall be awarded. So, tagaan kanilag duha ka free throw if ang foul is committed sa player pero the act of shooting, or if technical foul siya. Next, if the foul is committed on a player in the act of shooting, the goal, if made, shall not count, and in additional 1 free throw shall be awarded. So if ang foul is nabuhat during sa shooting, then ang bola is in the shoot so counted to siya, then tagaan pa jud og additional 1 ka free throw. If the foul is committed on player in the act of shooting who falls to score, 2 or 3 free throws shall be awarded. So if ang foul is na-commit in the act of shooting, then naka-score, awardan sila og 2 or 3 ka free throws. Next is the rules of conduct. The proper conduct of the game demands the full and loyal cooperation of the members of both teams, players, substitute coaches, assistant coaches, and team follower, with the officials, table official, and commissioner. Ang sakto nga conduct daw sa game is ang full cooperation sa mga members sa duha ka team. Kauban sad ang mga officials, ang table officials, ug ang commissioner. Next, each team shall do the best to secure the victory, but this must be done in the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play. So, sabotable naman ni Sija nga dapat each team buhaton jud ang best para mudaog, pero sa sakto nga way. Dapat na-adjoy sportsmanship, di kay og mapildi, makig-away, or if mudaog gani, maghinambog. Next is the official may prevent technical fouls by warnings or even overlooking minor technical infractions of an administrative character which are obviously unintentional and have no direct effect upon the game, unless there is repetition of the same infraction after the warning. Ang official pwede nga mag-prevent og technical fouls through warning if unintentional ra, wa tudjua, then wa makaepekto sa duha as long as wa siya mautro paghuman sa warning. Next is a technical infraction is discovered after the ball is live, the game shall be stopped and technical foul charged. The penalty shall be administered as if the technical foul had occurred at the time it was charged. Whatever occurred during the interval between the technical infraction and the game being stopped shall be valid. So, ug naay technical foul nga nabantayan or nakit-an ang referees bisag live ball or na-release na ang bola, pwede gihapon nila undangon ang duwa ka redyot niya i-charge tong technical foul sa player nga nakasala. So basically, ang meaning raa na is ug naay technical foul nga mabantayan, ang mga referees ila nang undangon ang duwa. Next is violence. Acts of violence may occur during the game, contrary to the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play. This should be stopped immediately by the officials and, if necessary, by public order enforcement officers. Masabta naman sad ni nga if naadyoy violence nga makomit sa game, matik undangon na sa officials ang duwa. Next, whenever acts of violence occur between players, substitutes, coaches, assistant coaches, or team followers on the playing court or its vicinity, the officials shall take the necessary actions to stop them. If naa daw acts of violence or away nga sa duha ka team, sa player man ron or sa mga coaches, naa mismo sa playing court, mo take action na ang officials para undangon, para ma-stop sila. Then, any of the above person who are guilty of flagrant acts of aggression against opponents or officials shall be disqualified. So, if ikaw nangaway ka or naa kay act of violence against sa laing team, so diretso na ka disqualified. Next, the official must report the incident to the organizing body to the competition. Public order enforcement officers may enter the court only if requested to do so by the officials. However, should spectators enter the court with the obvious intention of committing acts of violence, the public must intervene immediately to protect the teams and officials. So, ang mga official kuno is mo report sa organizers kung naay mga unnecessary nga actions ang mga players para maaksyonan agad. And after, dili na mo dako ang conflict. For example, katong player nga na technical is wala ni agree sa decision sa referee, then nagsamok-samok si Ja. Anha na mo report ang mga referees sa security or organizer para makontrol ang situation. And then, dili sad nila tugutan ang mga audience nga mo enter sa court. Kay kung mo appeal na tong mga audience sa away, naay dakong possibility nga mas mulala or mudako ang away. And para sad, maproteksyonan ang mga players ug ang coaches.
Next is all other areas, including entrances, exits, hallways, dressing rooms, etc., come under the jurisdiction of the organizing body of the competition and the public order enforcement officer. This means that areas like entrances, exits, hallways, and dressing rooms are controlled by the competition organizers and law enforcement officers. They make sure that everything runs smoothly and safely in these areas during the competition or the game. Next is physical actions by players, substitutes, coaches, assistant coaches, and team followers which could lead to damaging of game equipment must not be permitted by the officials. When behavior of this nature is observed by the officials, the coach of the offending team shall be given a warning immediately. Should the actions be repeated, a technical foul shall immediately be called on the individuals involved. Decisions made by the official are final and cannot be contested or disregarded. So, it states that the physical actions by players, substitutes, coaches, assistant coaches, and team followers that could damage game equipment are prohibited or not allowed. Officials are tasked with enforcing this rule. and if officials observe such behavior, the coach of the offending team receives a warning. If the behavior persists, a technical foul is issued immediately. And most importantly, the decisions made by the official are final and cannot be challenged or disregarded. This ensures the accountability and maintains order during the competition. Next is the definition of a technical foul. A technical foul is a player non-contact foul of a behavioral nature, including but not limited to: first, disregarding warnings by officials. Next, disrespectfully touching the officials, the commissioner, the table officials, or the team bench personnel. Disrespectfully communicating with the officials, the commissioners, the table officials, or the opponents, using language or gestures likely to offend or incite the spectator. Next, biting an opponent or obstructing his vision by waving his hands near his eyes. Then, delaying the game by deliberately touching the ball after it passes through the basket. Delaying the game by preventing a throw-in from being taken promptly. Next, falling down to take foul. Next, hanging on the ring in such a way that the weight of the player is supported by the ring unless a player grabs the ring momentarily following a dunk shot or, in the judgment of the official, is trying to prevent injury to himself or to another player. And lastly, goaltending or interfering during a last or only free throw by a defensive player. 1 point shall be awarded to the offensive team, followed by the technical foul penalty charge against the defensive player. This means a technical foul in basketball is a penalty imposed on a player for various behavioral infractions that don't involve physical contact with opponents. These infractions include actions like disregarding warnings from officials, disrespectfully interacting with officials or opponents, using offensive language or gestures, obstructing an opponent's vision, or delaying the game intentionally. Other actions, such as hanging in the ring excessively or interfering with the ball during a free throw, are also considered technical fouls. When a technical foul is called, it results in free throws for the opposing team and possession of the ball, providing them an advantage due to the penalized player's misconduct. Next is the technical foul by a coach, assistant coach, substitute, or team follower. Is a foul for disrespectfully communicating with or touching the officials, the commissioner, the table officials, or the opponents, or an infraction of a procedural or administrative nature. So, this means that a technical foul committed by a coach, assistant coach, substitute, or team follower typically involves disrespectful communication or physical contact with officials, commissioners, table officials, or opponents. It can also result from violating procedural or administrative rules. Essentially, it covers the instances where members of the coaching staff or team followers act inappropriately towards authority figures or fail to adhere to the proper procedures or rules of the game. These infractions can disrupt the flow of the game or undermine the authority of officials. Next is penalty. If a technical foul is committed by a player, a technical foul shall be charged against him as a player foul and shall count as one of the team fouls. This means that when a player commits a technical foul, it is considered a personal foul against that player. Additionally, it counts towards the total number of team fouls. In basketball, team fouls can result in various consequences, such as free throws for the opposing team or bonus situations where additional fouls lead to free throw opportunities even if the team is not in the act of shooting. Therefore, a player's technical foul not only affects them individually but also impacts the team as a whole in terms of foul accumulation and potential penalties. Next is by a coach, assistant coach, or team follower. A technical foul shall be charged against that coach and shall not count as one of the team fouls. This means that if a coach, assistant coach, or team follower commits a technical foul, it is attributed to the coach rather than the team as a whole. Unlike player technical fouls, which count towards the team fouls and can lead to penalty situations, a technical foul committed by a coach or team follower does not contribute to the team's overall foul count. Instead, it is solely assigned to the coach. This distinction helps us differentiate between fouls committed by players and those committed by coaching staff or followers, ensuring that the consequences are appropriately applied within the rules of the game.
2 free throws shall be awarded to the opponents, followed by a throw-in at the center line extended opposite the scorer's table, or a jump ball at the center line to start the first period. So, inig-throw ni mo sa kinonhan, nga kuan, inig magkuan ka mag-inbound kaya ito dyan sa center line, tunga dyan mo, agi mo dyan tiil kay naa sa pikas o pikas nga court. Pikas o pikas nga court, ari center line pero nakasagawas. O i-jump ball at the center line of the first period, kaya mag-jump ball sa sugod pa naman. And lastly, the fighting. Mag-away. Fighting is a physical interaction between two or more opponents, or players, substitute, coaches, assistant coach, and team followers. Basta kay na mag-away. Kay di mo dun malikayan nga na mag-away. Kay samot na ning basketball kay competitive gini nga sports. And this article only applies to substitutes, coaches, assistants coach, and team followers who leave at the confines of the team bench area during a fight or during any situation which may lead to a fight. Ang rule kay substitutes or team followers who leave the team bench area during a fight or during any situation which may lead to a fight shall be disqualified. So, hintahay na mag-away yung team nga napigas-pigas niya, ikaw muhawa ka, disqualified mo. Only the coach and or the assistant coach is permitted to leave the team bench during a fight or during any situation which may lead to a fight to assist the officials maintaining the restored order. In this situation, he shall not be disqualified o nga ni kasagaran sa mga NBA na bitaw mag-away pa doon unya aga ng mga players bitaw kay kanang gusto nilang mutabang or gusto nilang ipagiganti kanang gusto nilang i-fight pag ilang kauban, so umubaro sila, musod sila, hindi man sa ingon nga ang nakasuot siguro ma-disqualified, pero based ang mga naibawan or mga nakitaan kasagaran kay matagaan sila technical foul, matagaan sila warning for technical or matagaan sila technical foul. Last, if the coach and or assistant coach leave the team bench area and does not assist or attempt to assist the official to maintain or restore the order, shall be disqualified. Ma-disqualified po ang mga coach o assistant coach kay imbis na bito team fight, I mean kanang na mag-away na pa dong or na i-act off mag-away niya, di sila mo-assist, so maybe matagaan po sila og technical foul kay di raman kay players rin matagaan technical foul, also ang coaches pwede sila matagaan technical foul, and that's a team foul. Next, what's a penalty? Irrespective of the number of the coaches, substitutes, or team followers disqualified for leaving the team bench area, a single technical foul amo ng gingon shall be charged against the coach. If members of both teams are disqualified under this article, there are no other foul penalty. The game shall be resumed as follows. Mo-resume po ang game if a valid field goal is scored at approximately the same time. The ball shall be awarded to the non-scoring team for a throw-in from the end line. So kung kisa tong na mapenaltihan, so sila pick up on di makakuan sa bola. If the team had a control of the ball or was entitled to the ball shall be awarded to this team for a throw-in at the center line extended opposite to the source table. Wag yapon. Mga nagani mga nga fight, mga away-away, unya mga mahimo bitaw kanang ay mahimo bitaw technical foul. Ang kasagaran jud nga inbound na kay atbang jud sa scorer's table katong pinaka center line katong imong duha ka TL kay nasa pikas nga court pero nakasagawas sa court. Nya, nandiyo ka sa center. Pero wala sa center sa court, nasa atbang sa scorer's table nga pinakakilid. Tapos pinakakilid. Atbang. If neither team has control of nor was neither entitled of the ball, jump ball situation, of course, makakasagaran magka-jump ball kay kanang itong mag-ilog unya. May nag-referring nga na jump ball. So if mag-jump ball na gani ato dyan na sa tindahay na sa amo ang court. So atos nailingin na mo magka nga na o ato po sa dapit sa pikas ng court ato po dito mag jump ball. Pero kung nasa tunga dapit ito sa tunga nga circle mag jump ball. All disqualifying fouls shall be recorded as described in B83 shall be not count as a team foul. Ang mga disqualifying fouls ko no ma-record siya pero di siya ma-count as a team foul kay disqualification foul man siya. All foul penalties occurring before the fighting situation shall be dealt with in accordance of the Art 42 special situation. And that's all for the Rule 6 fouls. And I hope namin nakatunan bisan gamay sa mga reporting kay syempre it's really hard to explain it through virtually, pero I hope you understand something. And this ends our reporting about the Rule 6 fouls. Again, I'm Lloyd Vincent O'Neill. This is Alexis Mira Reyes, Kati Pinido, and Sheila May Ambrosa. Thank you guys!
Oh,